Hey everybody, it's Anna. Welcome back to my Fluid Art channel. Thank you so much for being here. So to finish up the month of May, I'm going to do one last angel wing pour. And I've been doing a lot of these. I've been doing one-sided angel wing pours to make feathers. But before I sort of finish up on this technique and move on to other things, I want to do a really classic angel wing pour, because I haven't done one of those yet. I did one that was two sides, but it was on a square canvas and it went off the end, and so I want to do it better this time. Got a really classic double angel wing pour, and then I'll try out some other fun things this summer. So for this, I have a 16 by 20 inch canvas. It's going to be a dark navy background. So this is Phthalo Blue mixed with some black to make this really beautiful color. And I've already painted some on the sides just to help with full coverage as it spreads so that the edges and the corners don't go kind of transparent. And then the actual wing colors, I have just a titanium white and I have metallic gold. This is like the classic wing pour colors. I was thinking about trying something a little bit more subtle instead of gold, but I thought, nah, let's just do the classic. These colors go really well together, and then maybe I'll play around with other colors some other time, who knows. So I'm using my split cup. This is my 4-chamber split cup. So the wing colors are going to go on the two outer segments, and the background color is going to go in the two center sections. And that is what's going to create two separate wings with negative space in the middle. And I'm going to be doing it on a tilted canvas. That way, as I pour it back and forth, the paint is flowing. Gravity is assisting this pour. And then once I've made my design, I'm going to spin it out to get it stretched really evenly and beautifully. And my paints are all mixed with Floetrol today. Just like with all my other feather pours that I've been doing, it's about 2 parts Floetrol to 1 part paint. And the consistency of it, it's a medium consistency. What that means is it flows well off of the stick, but it has body. You can feel it. And as it piles up, it makes a soft mound. It stacks up and leaves sort of a soft trail that lasts for a few seconds. If you want to know more about paint consistency, how I test it, how I choose the right consistency for each different pour, check the video description box. There's a link down there to a video where I talk all about consistency. All right, I'm excited about this. Let's make a painting. So I'm going to start by putting the paint into my cup. And I think I'm going to start with the wing colors on the side. And I want to try to make both of these sides very, very identical so that the two wings that pour out look very much the same. And it's going to be primarily white. I'm going to have a layer of gold up at the top because that's worked well for my feathers to have kind of the light colored neutral in the majority of the cup, and then whatever you want at the tip of the feather, and then weaving into all those layers, you put that on the top. All right, I think I need just a tiny bit more white on that side. Before I add the gold, I'm going to pour the dark navy into these center sections. And I want those to be pretty close to the same height as well, though it doesn't matter as much if those two match, as long as the center and the outsides and the two outsides match each other. You want the middle to match the outside in terms of amount of paint in the cup, and you want the two sides to also match in terms of overall level, but also amounts of colors in each layer. All right, so then the gold is just going to go here at the front of the cup. I'm going to add just a little bit more gold. I'm trying to make this really even because you guys know how I like my details to be right. Yeah, that looks very, very nice. Nice, even levels all across. And I think it's going to be a good amount of gold, not too much gold, but enough to add some shimmer and interest to the wings. All right, let me move that, and then I'm going to make my puddle. This is what I'm going to be pouring on. Because as I pour out the wing design, it's just going to float on top of this puddle beautifully. It's a really cool technique. Now, I do have to torch. I always seem to do these and I mix the paint the same day, and so there's air bubbles in it, but it's all right. So now I'm going to prop up the canvas on this cup, and then I'm going to get my cup and just pour some little back and forth layers until our design, gosh, we don't want it to go very far, do we? Has gone to about here. And then we'll stop and go from there. Here we go. All right, now you want to be really close. Now what we want to keep is that nice clean blue stripe right in the middle. These colors are beautiful. I really hope I'm centered. I have a feeling I'm not exactly centered here, but we can adjust that later if need be. All right, most of the gold is gone, but there may still be some layers that pop up. Just moving nice and slow, getting it really clean. Trying to get pretty much all this paint poured out. Okay, and I'm going to stop there. That's pretty much all the paint out of there. Cool. So you can't see a lot of gold in here, but I think there is some. I think we're going to see that shimmer, adding some layers in there. This is really nice up here at the tip. This gold reached around a little bit more than I wanted. So I'm going to just dab up that little corner there. There we go. Perfect. I'm going to torch gently, especially around the edges. Going to lift it just a little bit. All right. And then I'm actually going to bring the weight of the paint back to center just a little bit, so that not only is the design centered, but the weight of the paint is also in the middle of the canvas. Oh, that's cool. Let me just check the centering. Yay! It's much more centered. As I was pouring it, I thought I was too close to this side, and I was like, no, I'm ruining it all. That looks really cool. So we got a lot of gold up at the top, white down here, really pretty. I love the way the white and the dark navy play together, and we get that lovely sort of almost a turquoise color. So that's really nice. Let me get my spinner, because I do like spinning these. If you can tilt it by hand, but then your design is going to warp. If you spin it, everything stays really nice. So let me get my spinner. I need my big spinner today. And then I'm going to get this centered. I have thumbtacks on the bottom of the canvas, and so they kind of hold it in place. But I need to make sure that it's all centered. Now I'm going to pour more of my background color all over the canvas. And this is going to help everything cover and spread. I'll just help this background color touch into my puddle. That way it all spreads evenly. And now I'm going to bring some of that across the corners just to make sure that those corners get fully covered. The last thing that I want to do before I start spinning is I want to widen up this channel just a little bit. I did this with my other double wing pour, and it worked really well actually. So I'm going to try to make just a little stream. I'm going to start up here. I don't think I warped that too much. Great. So my design is not totally centered. It's a little weighted more this way, which is okay because I don't want the tips to go off this end, but I don't mind if I lose a bit of this part. So let's go ahead and give it a gentle spin, let the paint start flowing, and then see if we need to do anything else. Nice. I'll turn it this way so you can see the whole design. That looks great. So it's definitely starting to stretch. This is coming off the end. This is reaching further that way. That's good. I do want it to widen, and just the way that physics works, it's going to want to go more to the long ends than to the short ends. But I don't want to pick up the whole thing and tilt it this way and that way because I'm going to warp my design. So we'll take narrow if that's what we have to do. But let me torch again because I do see some big air bubbles and some small ones. And let's spin that again and just keep stretching the paint. I think I need to spin it a little bit harder. It's a hard stop. Alright, so this is interesting. The shape is very odd up at the top. It's very kind of pointy instead of nice and round. It is widening to the sides. I like that. I'm wondering with some of these really long feather tips, if it wouldn't be better to remove those. And because it's resting at the top of the paint layer, for the most part, I should be able to just kind of touch them out. And then any sort of gold shimmer that's left over afterwards, I can paint over with the navy. Okay, yeah, maybe. That might be a little bit better shape. It's still quite pointy on this one, but I don't want to take all of that away because then it would be much shorter. I don't have a lot of this background color left, but I do want to add some to these places on the sides where it isn't covering. And I'll go ahead and spread that out on the sides just to help that along. I think one more spin might do it because I don't want to go way off the end. So let me just give this a nice solid spin to help stretch everything out a little bit more, and then we'll see how that's looking. Cool. So we have a lot of blue cells in the wings. That's from torching. That's the blue base coat rising up as the air bubbles get popped, so that's not ideal. It's possible I'll come in and cover those up with a little bit of brush painting, or I might just leave it, I don't know. These wing shapes, it's not exactly what I was going for. I wanted something a little bit rounder, and even the shape here, it looks like what's happened is the white has sunk down underneath the blue, so we've got these fine points of white covered by blue, which is cool. It's a blue glow. I think if the white had been a less dense color, like a lighter color, it would have floated and made more rounded edges on top of the blue instead of these little pointy pieces. Maybe I should have used like a house paint or some lighter density white paint instead of my titanium white. But it's pretty cool. It's covered the edges, so I think I'm going to call it good for now. Let me give you a close-up. All right, so let's take a look at this. So we got some nice layers in there. I love how the gold kind of appears there in the white. Bunch of little blue specks. It'll be interesting to see whether there is visible layering here when it's dry, or whether it's, I mean, you can see some of the blue and some of the gold perhaps, so it might seem more layered. I think that blue glow is really cool, though it does make the white part of the wings look very pointy, and I would have liked it to be a little bit rounder, but I do like the glow. And then there's that long end up there. So overall, very cool. The shape is not exactly what I had in mind, but it's definitely a pair of wings. So let me let this dry, and then I'll see whether I need to do any brush touch-ups or not. Okay, it's all dry. This dried perfectly, meaning it didn't warp. There's no paint lumps that appeared. So you can see that lovely golden shimmer. And you can see more of those layers now that it's dry. Though we still don't have tons of layering through a lot of this white. I was kind of surprised by that. These air bubble cells of the dark blue, those didn't grow, which is nice. I wondered if they were going to get larger as the paint dried, but it didn't. So overall, kind of a cool painting. Now, something really funny. The day that I painted this, my son came down and he said, "Hey, that looks really cool." And then he looked at it sideways and he said, "It looks like monster jaws." And I just thought that was so funny because it's true. It looks like some crazy beetle monster thing. Because all of these points here, those could be teeth. So now I'm not sure what to do with this painting, and I need you guys to help me make the decision. Should I, number one, leave it like this? Or, number two, should I turn it sideways and paint some kind of an eyeball on it so that it looks like a funny monster painting? This is a digital sketch that I did, and obviously it looks kind of cartoonish, but I think that's the point. You'd want it to look funny. Or, option three, do I paint over this and use a different white, maybe a house paint or a blend of house paint and my regular acrylic paint to try to make a lighter density paint so that those feather edges, instead of being really sharp points, would be a little bit rounder and more angelic looking. So what do you think? Comment below either option 1, 2, or 3, because I'm not sure what to do with this thing. But thank you guys for watching this angel wing pour video. I hope it's inspired you to try something new, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye guys!